Hi, I'm David Fleming from the Disciples Ignited YouTube channel, where we are focused on Jesus, advancing his kingdom, and preparing his disciples. Now we're studying the book of Romans, and this week we're in Romans chapter 12, and we've primarily been looking at the very first verse. And today we're going to continue looking at this first verse, but at the very tail end of that verse, we are told that as we offer our bodies as a living sacrifice to the Lord, that this is your, as the NIV puts it, this is your true and proper worship. Now, what's very interesting is if you look at other translations of the Bible, for instance, the English Standard Version, it says that this is your spiritual worship. And the King James Version has it entirely different. It says this is your reasonable service. Now, the Amplified says this is your reasonable, rational, intelligent service and spiritual worship. So what is it? Is it service? Is it worship? Or what? Well, let me help clear this up. Actually, that which we take sometimes 3 words, even more 5 or 6 words to explain the meaning of this is actually only 2 Greek words. Now, the first Greek word speaks of that which is genuine, the real deal, in the sense of being true, the real nature of something. But it also speaks of reasoning. And what this means is the sacrifice of oneself to God, giving yourself as a living sacrifice to Jesus, has got to involve your intellect, in contrast to a sacrifice that just is being offered against its will. No, you're never going to be made by God to offer yourself as a living sacrifice. He has given you a free will, and he wants you to make that choice yourself. That's why this Greek word is so important. You've got to be real about offering all of that you are to Jesus. It's got to be something that you're not basing it on just a spur of the moment or an emotion, but you've thought about this. And yes, you have made the decision. You are giving yourself to Jesus. All that you are. But then there's another Greek word, which is just as interesting. And this speaks of that which is, we translated, some translations say it's worship, some say it's service. But the Greek word actually emphasizes both. As service, it is primarily that which the priest would do in the temple in serving the Lord. As worship, it is that which we're all called to do in worshiping God through singing, loudly worshiping God, clapping our hands, even dancing before the Lord in worship. So what does the Lord want? Does he want us to serve him, or does he want us to worship him? He wants us to do both. And so we see that God is telling us that if we offer ourselves to him as a living sacrifice, that we are pleasing and holy to him because we're in Christ. But this is actually the real thing that God is looking for. True, genuine service and true, genuine worship. And the only people that can offer it are those that have willingly brought themselves to the Lord, and they have said, yes, I want to offer myself to Jesus as a living sacrifice, together with my brothers and sisters who are in Christ. Join me tomorrow, because there's a little bit more that we're going to share from Romans chapter 12, so I'll see you then.